It has been over 2 years since I put out a Harry Potter video. Where has the time gone? All I know is I always intended to do some more, but as I ended up doing a few in a row with little in between them, I wanted to take a break and make some other long form videos instead. Wasn't meant to be a 2-year break, but I guess that's just how it goes sometimes. Regardless, we are back to it now. I was really looking forward to this. I had a lot of fun playing Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets and Prisoners of Azkaban. They hadn't necessarily aged that well. In some ways they'd aged very badly, but they were still a lot of fun. They were a good healthy dose of nostalgia, so naturally I was hoping this one would be the same. However, it didn't end up being anywhere near as good as I wanted it to be. I won't spoil it any further though, so let's just jump straight into it. Starting off, we get a little hint of Lord Voldemort and the trial with cuts. No cutscenes for it or anything, it's just sort of pictures and voiceovers. This is a sign of what's to come. We then begin the level. Firstly, we have all 3 characters, which is cool. Some weird salamander enemies too, which are a lot less cool. It's nice to use Wingardium Leviosa. It's a good recognisable spell. It gets that nostalgia going. And we do it with everyone else as like a group spell to move a rock. And then we move another rock and some branches and then fight a whole massive load of salamanders. Considering each one requires a lot of jinxes to knock down, you can't really do this without getting quite badly hurt. Not much more to the level though. We pull a branch out from under a Death Eater and we see the Dark Mark and then just Portkey. And then we get another little half cutscene and now we're in a level select menu. Yeah, that's right. Remember the free roam open world in the first 3 games? Yeah, that's gone. That's been replaced with a level select screen. It's not great, is it? I won't complain too much here though because we've only just started the game. So instead we will focus on pushing forward and finding some more fun levels. Speaking of new levels, it's time for a defense against the Dark Arts class, which is just fighting salamanders and getting a spell book. We don't use the spell or practice it here, we just get the book and boom, done. The only thing that's cool about it is the fact that for the first time in the franchise we're playing as Hermione, which is nice to play as a different character. And now we have a second defense against the Dark Arts class who plays Ron for the first time too. Also, this was actually the lesson for practicing that spell. So it turns out for some reason they split it into 2 lessons. I don't know why, but yeah, we're putting out fires and all that, and then we end up on the castle walls. Sure, we continue doing the same kind of stuff until we get the first of a semi-required collectible, the Triwizard's Shield. We also have access to the exterior now of the level, which has several shields in it. Now, I call these a semi-required collectible, because although we do not need all of them, we do need a certain amount to unlock all the levels. I get another shield, we can move on, but before then, now would be a good time to introduce another kind of collectible, the collectible cards. Why they're collectible cards and not chocolate frog cards is a mystery, but they're collectible cards. We buy them with Bertie Bott's beans and they give us useful stats. I do actually kind of like these, even if I do prefer chocolate frog cards, I do kind of like these. What I wasn't a big fan of was the Forbidden Forest. It's the second one of these sort of collectible free roam areas that we can come back to later, and we have to fling poisonous plants for some reason. Also, the controls for that are terrible. We push through doing the same, and it seems like it'd be a fun level. We've got the dragon flying around and everything, but honestly it's a bit meh. It becomes same old very quickly, something which I can unfortunately say will be a continual running theme in this game. After all of that madness, you would have thought that we could have fought the dragon, or at least done something with him, but no! Instead of that obvious ending, we would instead fight a blast-ended Scroot. I don't understand why, but we did it quickly, so it's not like it's a problem. Now, I took a quick break from the story because I needed another shield, so yeah, this is again a continual thing. I gave the Moody challenges a go. Turns out they're just time trials and don't give shields, so I won't be returning to them. Instead I go to the Hogwarts exterior, got one there. That'll do the job nicely. You know what this level was that none of the others so far have been? Fun! This is what I wanted. It doesn't need to be overly complicated, it just has to be some simple Harry Potter themed fun based on the film and all the books. And this is exactly what it was, flying around, getting boosts and beans. Boost and beans sounds a bit like a product. And avoiding dragon fire. Yeah, I enjoyed this. This was fun. If the rest of the game ends up like this, I will be very happy to have played this. Spoiler alert, you can maybe guess where this is going. On to the next level, which is the Prefect's bathroom. Yes, that's what we're doing. We've apparently dropped the golden egg down the sewers, so we have to smash down a wall and head into the sewers. For a level called Prefect's bathroom, we spend almost no time in the bathroom. This area is a bit more fun than the Forbidden Forest or the Hogwarts exterior though, although it is another one of those sort of free roamy levels. But there is more variety of things to do here. My only complaint is that it took a lot of time to get, or a decent amount of time to get the egg and get back. But we got it done. That unlocked herbology. This was, without a doubt, the worst of the free roam world. I may actually go as far as say the worst of the world. It's the only one I never returned to. For this though, we're here to get Gillyweed. And it starts off well, we get a spell book for a spell that I have actually needed. I wondered if we were ever going to get it. It allows us to grow leaves and lily pads that will get us into areas that we otherwise couldn't access. It's a good thing. I've seen the little buds around, so it's nice to have this. The bad thing, however, is using it. We have this massive area with a whole load of lily pads that we have to use to cross. And that takes time. And you see these bugs flying around? Yeah, they don't go away. You kill them, then more of them appear. They are constant, and they interrupt you when you're using the spell, which they will. They love interrupting you. They goddamn love interrupting you. You have to start from scratch. That made this level, which otherwise would have been okay, into a goddamn nightmare. I was so happy to get this done. I will not be returning. Instead, the shields I need I will get on less annoying levels, like the Hogwarts exterior, and I use the new spell to get the shield that I couldn't previously. Now it's on to the second challenge, and the second one is not as fun as the first. Or even close. It's basically a longer and slower version of the dragon, but with a load of enemies to kill and things to destroy, and after that I didn't even get to save them. It was just done in one of the game's few proper cutscenes. Oh well, back to grinding now. A lot of grinding. As in, we need 10 more shields kind of grinding. I won't bore you with the details. I didn't end up recording a lot of it because it was just same old, and you didn't need to see that. The only good news is that I was able to get everything I needed in Forbidden Forest and the Prefect's bathroom, so I didn't have to go back to herbology. Now on to task 3, the maze. Was it amazing? It was alright. It wasn't as fun as the first trial, but it was better than the second one. We do some actual going around a maze, then an actual cutscene. Shocking, I know. Then running away from a maze trying to kill us, and then fighting 2 blast-ended Scroots, which actually was in the book, so I don't mind that. You know what though? I was expecting the hard battle of the game to be Lord Voldemort, not 2 blast-ended Scroots. But it turns out these 2 were the 2 real villains of the game. Speaking of Lord Voldemort, here we are at the graveyard, and here's Lord Voldemort. Now we get to fight him, right? No, of course not. That would have made too much sense. Instead, let's fight a bunch of skeletons. Now we fight him, and look at that. And now we have to move the energy of the spell around to destroy skeletons and graves. And now we have to use it to destroy a statue of the Grim Reaper. Right. Okay. I mean, at least it does end kind of like we expected. Voldemort got pushed back, Cedric's ghost appeared, but he didn't say or do anything, and then we go back and we're done. We get one of the game's very lackluster cutscenes, air quotes, because I don't really want to even call it that, and then it's just credits and we're done. The game is finished. So my thoughts, honestly, my opinion, is crap. I don't want to be so negative about the game, but it managed to be just like the film in that it's the worst of them. They removed the lessons, they removed the free roam around the castle, they removed things like house points and chocolate frog cards and everything that made the original 3 games so great. Those games had problems, but they were at least by and large a fun experience. This was a disjointed set of levels, most of which didn't really bear much resemblance to the film or books, and even the final battle against Lord Voldemort was terrible. They somehow managed to just mess up a battle with Voldemort, something that should have been the highlight. They messed up. This is just a bad game. So that's the most negative I think I've ever been about a game on this channel. But honestly, it merits it. I would usually recommend the old Harry Potter games, but I cannot in good conscience recommend this to anyone. If you like Harry Potter, I would still skip it. Because it's a bad game. It's not like it's aged badly, because the others have aged badly, but they're still fun. And they were better. Like the original Philosopher's Stone game on the PS1 had so much more to it and was so much more enjoyable than this one was. I could go on all day about how bad the game is, but instead I'll call it here and simply say thank you for watching the video. I will continue with Harry Potter games in the future with the hope that the rest can be better than this. I won't be doing so for a little while though, not because this has scared me off from them, although it certainly could, but because I already have a lot else planned and I'll be working on that. So look forward to that, hopefully something else coming relatively soon, and I will see you then.